And we'd like to welcome all of you that have watched 60 Minutes to join us in the last 15 minutes of prime time. The 49ers and the Broncos went overtime this afternoon at Candlestick Park. And this one billed a battle of the Pro Bowl quarterbacks, John Elway of the Broncos and Joe Montana of the 49ers. As we check in on Candlestick Park and watch the Broncos and the Niners, and Bill Walsh had never beaten Dan Reeves. 0 for 2 regular season, 0 for 4 in the preseason, including this season. Let's get to the game. We're tied at 3. Montana fakes the handoff to Roger Craig, then looks downfield for John Taylor, and this is Smooth Joe, 50 yards. Later in that drive, Montana steps up, looks for Jerry Rice. Rice makes the reception. He's finally corralled by Carl Mecklenburg at the 6-yard line. From there, Joe calls his own number on the quarterback draw. Into the end zone, touchdown, 10-3 Niners. Elway, on the other hand, had his problems. Looking long, the ball is picked off by Tim McKyer. Then in the second quarter, Charles Haley, once down lineman, converted to a linebacker this year by the Niners, sacks Elway. Then late in the first half, this is certainly an un-John pass. It's picked off by Ike and Keena Turner. 11th interception of the year for Elway. He's only thrown 5 touchdown passes. Is this the same guy we've gotten to know over the years? Denver trailed at 13-6 in the fourth quarter. They were driving, though, when Ricky Ellison did not lose that number. He saw number 7, popped Elway. He was helped off the field, so Gary Kubiak comes in for one play and not warmed up. He says, my legs are warm. A key run by Kubiak for 13 yards, plus the face mask penalty, first down Broncos. Next play, Elway is back, and he fires an 8-yarder to Vance Johnson, ties the game at 13. Closing seconds of regulation. Out of the shotgun, Elway needs a completion and gets a big one to Orson Mobley, who's finally brought down to the 15-yard line, and the wind swirling at Candlestick. Walsh is hoping the wind comes into play against Rich Carlos. 34-yarder to win it. No, it's not even close. It's wide right. We go to overtime. In overtime, the Niners win the... No, they didn't win the flip. The Broncos won the flip, but the Niners get the ball because the Broncos chose that way. Montana got sacked. Townsend falls on him. Bruised rib for Montana. He's out. Steve Young in. Next play. Kubiak ran when he wasn't warm. Young threw when he wasn't warm, and he paid for it. That's the end of that drive. 49ers get it back, though, until the tip pass is picked off by Steve Wilson out of the hands of Jerry Rice. And then after one rush by Dorsett on second down, Dan Reeves says, Rich, I know you can make this. He did. The 23-yarder. And the Broncos with a big, big win. 16-13 at Candlestick Park. And Tommy, I'm really glad that I pointed out 2 weeks ago that the Broncos' last 13 games away from Mile High, they were 3-9-1, because I figured they wouldn't win at San Diego and at San Francisco. Now they're 5-9-1. It's a big win for them, isn't it?
Well, when you play as well as they do at home, you have to win on the road and win a game that you didn't maybe think you were going to win at the beginning of the season. I think this is one of those games, and you can't talk about what they've done up to this point without talking about a defense that seems to be overachieving.
And the 49ers perhaps looking ahead to the Rams and then look past the Broncos, and they paid for it this afternoon. When we return, we have more late highlights to show you. Primetime is back in just a moment.